Family, welcome. We are back to another episode of a Remember, Repeat interview. And y'all know how saucy the interviews get, so tap in, man, tune in. Let me add some people in here. Hello. How's it going? How's everybody doing? Adding some people in. How's everybody doing? It's like they put out a smash and they go in a flash and minute. And then they make tracks and this is like that's gonna add up the digits. We got a special guest today. That was really me, nigga. I ain't have to act conflicted. Only difference is I'm living. And I would've whacked one of them niggas who knew that after drug dealing I still be casual, spending mil plus annual income. So here's my manual, this some. And this east side shit's still in me. My ability to turn. Hope everybody's day was good, productive, definitely productive. Got some things done that you needed to. The streets did so much shit to me, I could never live civilly. I can never leave a scene without checking my mirrors visually. Come with that energy, cause some shit gon' always stick with me. They wanna know what I brought to Brazil. I say validity. They asking what work that niggas put in. I'm like, but didn't we? Problems, then I correct through the obstacles I progress. Illogical for them to feel they responsible for our success. Let's go. Interview about to start. It is 8 o'clock. Get you a beverage. And let's get in tune. About time that I got my respect is the butcher, nigga. Yeah. Cold fucking world. Brazil the shit, I mean. Know what it is, nigga. Very informal interview. Get ready. On the night I was born, the rain was pouring, God was crying, lightning struck, power out, sparks was flying, the real one's here, the young boy that walked with lions around the outlines of chalk where the corpses lying, the cause I'm trying, the revive the sport is dying, but the guns and the drug bars, the char and lying, got these nerves thinking that you niggas hard as iron, but that just mean I ain't as comfortable as y'all. Getting ready to come in, we just set the invite, let's get ready. Let's go. Hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday. Let's go. I think you're good, family. Let me see you coming in. I accept it. Let's go. This will be a great interview. Let's go. Oh God, the best rapper alive. Headshot. Now go and ask the best rappers that died. They tell you he never lied. Okay, I'm accepting you. I accepted you in. I see you sent the request. It's saying unable to join. They was doing the same thing to Millie. They did not want us to be great. Know what I mean? But we still gonna be great. We are still going to be great. There she go.
Hey.
Jone, how's everything?
What's up? How's it going?
Oh man, how you feeling? I hear that accent. How you been?
I've been good. I'm trying to get my book out by the end of the year. I've been writing my own book. So
let's go. Shout outs to
it's
you,
been going good.
If anything, I gotta introduce you, right? Me and Jone, we didn't meet, but we were part of the same business, right? And this girl, she's down, she's dedicated, she has her own business. She's focused, right? She definitely she said something one time, and it was like, when we were younger, we did things perfect. And that one thing you said stuck with me for a long time, because it's like we grow older and we gain fears, we gain distractions and all those good things. But my sister, it's good to have you here. Everybody tune in. She's definitely a nail tech. You know what I mean? Great with the nails. You can get your ideas from her. Follow her on Instagram, and let's go, sis. Let them know what's up.
Hold on, I'll take this little My hair just be doing some or whatever. I'm going for the free form look,
You
so you
good. You
know.
good. You good. Let the people
But
know what's up.
what's
Yes,
been
sir.
going on? I've been all over the place. Well, not really all over the place, but I got a couple of projects going. I've been working on. They my babies, but I'm working on them. I'm getting everything lined up with that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm writing my book. It's on the autobiography style because a lot of stuff we go through and we don't know a million other people went through it too. But out of those million people, it take one to stand up and be able to speak on it to make the other million feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes. Yes.
I just feel like I went through a lot of things that don't get spoke on, but they need to get, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we should talk more about them and involve them in our community, have those type of discussions. So decided to stand up and be the one to open that window, you know what I'm saying? So
Yes. Yes.
that's the push behind that's my purpose for the book, you know what I'm saying?
And when your book comes out, we definitely gonna push it over here on this platform. You know what I mean?
Ah, definitely,
Because that's what we
definitely.
do. You know what I mean? We definitely magnify the literature. Um, Let the people know about yourself, sis. Like when you were younger to like life now, 2022.
Yeah, I'm really the older you get and the things you go through in life, you remember like maybe I need to get back to that state of mind I had when I was a child where I was curious and I wasn't scared to take chances and you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It was easier to, you know what I'm saying? We weren't scared of failing, so we just jumped up and did it. So
Yes, yes. Um,
I feel like I feel like we spent half of our life just trying to get back to that point.
yes, yes, yes. What are you what have you been up to?
Shush. Um, a lot of different stuff. I've been doing the hair and the nails
Yes.
and doing the book thing, I'm such a word of mouth person. I'm so old school, so I'm trying to get on with the promoting on the social
Facebook.
media and all that,
Right, right.
trying to market my stuff and get out there like that. But I do so good with the word of mouth that I really don't.
Mhm.
That's why I don't push the social media forward.
Right.
You know.
And that's a good thing, man, because a lot of people can't live without the social media, you know what I mean? But
Right.
the social
But then,
media,
but when it's gone though, because this shit ain't promised. So when it's gone, then what?
yes.
Like everybody can't just live with the social media. Like you still gotta be a people without it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's only so much social media can do. Like one day you got to stand up, one day you gonna have to meet these people. Like
Yeah.
one day you gonna have to interact on a personal level, and a lot of people can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But that's why I found most of my success just being able to relate and just being myself. So instead of being what somebody want me to be or being what I see somebody else doing, I just do my thing and I've been all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, yes. Shit, where did you grow up?
Where I grew up, Birmingham, Alabama.
That's where that's where the accent is from right there.
Yeah, that's where the accent is from.
No, that's what's up.
But I grew up in Birmingham, though. Hey, look, there go my godmama right there. She hopped in on here. But I grew up in Birmingham, though. I had a pretty typical upbringing. Um, I did have both parents, but they went in the house together. You know, but I was cool with my daddy and my mama. Um, when I got about 15 or 14, I went to doing my own thing. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie like everything just been sweet. Like, honestly, this shit just really got on a clear path within the last 3 years, 2 years or whatever like that. But, we live and we learn, and I'm grateful for every experience because it made me the person I am today. Like, I talk about every life experience in front of a million people. Like, I ain't ashamed of nothing I ever been through because it made me the person I am today.
Right.
and the person I am today, like in the time, like when you going through that shit, you be like, oh, like you be thinking it's the worst shit ever. But then when you get out of it, you be like, man, I'm glad I went through that shit, cause I probably wouldn't appreciate the shit. You know what I'm saying? I probably wouldn't. I keep cussing. I'm so glad, like my.
You good. This is my platform. Listen, sis. Transparent all the way. I used to be in trouble all the time. Like I'm talking about, I used to get locked up every weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Type shit. So this person that you see now is the grown mugger. This ain't young mugger, you know what I mean? They don't know me when I was young mugger, you know what I mean? But at the same
Right. But you like
time,
that shit, that's the most satisfying feeling when you can sit up and look at the person you used to be and just like today you a totally different person. Like this is crazy. People don't even believe, they probably wouldn't even believe you was getting locked up every other week and all that stuff like that.
that's because it
But like even from a female standpoint, like honestly I done did just about everything besides died and went to prison. But like I don't regret none of it. I'm the type of person like tomorrow ain't never promised. Like I always live in the moment. Like whatever I want to do, I'm gonna do it because I don't want to die or wake up tomorrow or be like, oh, I wonder what that'll be like to do this, or I wonder what that'll be like to do that. Like I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna know firsthand. So I ain't got to wonder. You know what I'm saying?
yes. No, I dig it. I dig it. What have been some of the happiest moments in your life?
Happiest moment.
It gets there. It gets to the thinking. That's what we need. We need you to think, you know what I mean? And find that, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I don't know. I haven't experienced that yet because I'm in the process.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All
Okay.
right. But I'm in the process. Like I done been happy. Like it done been moments, but like that ultimate happiness feeling,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't experienced it yet. I can honestly say, like I got children, and don't get me wrong, I don't regret none of it. But like even as being a mama, that became a challenge. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm happy. Like I done had, like I said, I done had happy moments. But like I wake up, I mean, just to be alive. But that ultimate happiness feeling is gonna be when I done help my people be able to love each other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's only so much happiness you can have and so much celebrating you can do when you got a whole race of people that hate each other.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's deep. That's deep. No cap though, 'cause it's like, you know,
Like no matter how much you love,
that's trying to
like no matter how much you love yourself or you show love, like you can't help that it's 20 million other people that don't love themselves or not able to show that same type of love. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
it's hard.
Nah, it's a challenge for sure. You know what I mean? Like I still go to the hood sometimes, and some of my people I still got to go back and, you know, not that they're not happy, but you know, certain things that, you know, and it's no judgment. It's just more so, you know, it could be a lot of still negative vibes. You know what I mean? Or like,
But it doesn't. It's not. It don't. And then, but at this point, once you once you change your mindset and you go back and you see the people that you used to surround yourself, it become heartbreaking because you couldn't take them with you or you couldn't get them to see outside of them circumstances. Like I was right there with y'all too, but instead of y'all trying to see what I did or y'all didn't try to run with me, y'all, oh, you think you better than us. So you like, no, I'm y'all sister. Like we brothers and sisters. Like, no, I'll never be better than y'all. Like I want y'all to eat with me, but it's the mind. Like I can't help that the mind just is so in prison. Like you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people minds is just stuck.
yeah, shit, you have children, right? You said
Yeah, I do.
how many?
Yeah, I do.
How many?
I got two boys,
Oh,
and then that's another thing. Like I said, even back to what you asked me about happiness. Like that's another thing. I got two boys, and like being in this, you know how that is. Like they, you know what I'm saying. Like they was born with challenges, odds against them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard when you're trying to raise your children to be one way, but you got to put them in a world that's set up a certain, like, you have to train your children for the world. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
yeah, you showing love in your household. You know what I'm saying? You comfort them, showing, but they not gonna get that love. Like, and that's not what's gonna happen when they get out here. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So I try to prepare them for that too. Like, even though that's a sad truth. You know what I'm saying? That they can't go outside and get showed the same love. You know what I'm saying? That's sad, but it's just what we gotta do. What we face with is part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit. Are there any funny stories your family tells about you that come to mind? Like funny, like, not funny money, but I'm talking about funny stories, like that you could remember. None. Your family ain't never used to be like, yo, you put on them. Like, for me, I put on the Michael Jackson shoes when I was younger. You know, they always tell that story. You know what I mean? That I thought I was Michael Jackson type shit. You know what I mean?
See, like, the way, like, it was, like, I got an older brother or whatever like that, but, like, I mean, I guess you could say I'm detached, but I had to experience, I had to detach myself from my family because I had to experience being alone because, you know what I'm saying? You know how that is when you always feel like somebody got your back, you know, you do certain things, but you know, life, certain processes in life, you get forced to be alone. You know what I'm saying? And you just have to accept it and go through it. But it was hard to accept at first. Like, you mean to tell me out of all the stuff I did for all these people, nobody gives a fuck about me? Like, I had to accept that though. Like, when you do stuff, you just do it for you. You do it out the kindness of your heart. Like, you can't expect everybody different. Like, you can't expect everybody to move like you will move. But like, I mean, not to sound so bad, like, oh, you ain't got no happy time, you ain't got no childhood story. Like, I mean, I wasn't a child long enough to really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up so fast. Like, I've been grown since I was about 13, 14 years old. So my childhood was minimal. I've been grown longer than I've been a child. So
Nah.
it,
The memory.
I'm in a, I'm reliving, I'm catching up on my childhood through my children. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said you, like, I had to learn how to get back to that childlike state of mind. Like, it's okay to not care. It's okay to be free. It's okay to be playful. Like, all this shit is out of our control. Like, we ain't got no control. Like, true enough, we got in our mind how we wanted to go or how we wanted to be, but we can honestly and truly say that we don't know what's gonna happen next. Like, we don't know what's gonna happen in the next 5, 10 minutes or the next second. Like, your whole life can be changed in a matter of a blink of an eye. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta stay ready for that.
Do you think it's like fear there, or do you think that's like for certain? Like, you think it might just be a fear that like something could happen out of nowhere?
No, it's a preparedness mechanism thing. Like, don't get too attached because if you lose it, then you gonna sit up and cry about it. Versus you just going with the flow and understanding, hey, I don't need that for this next step. It was good for when I had it, but now I don't need it anymore. And you just being in the flow, knowing that you don't control nothing that's going on. Like, you don't. Honestly, we don't control. We have no control over it. Like, the harder we try to push against it, the harder you force something. It's like going against the grain, like, and we wonder why it's not working. It's not your purpose, like, it's not your destiny. Like, you're making a life that's not yours. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even like I done had different experiences in life where, like, you know, people talk the mindset or teach mindset, but they tell you to believe in yourself and trust yourself, but they mold you to think that believing and trusting in yourself is doing what they agenda proposed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
or whatever it is they put in your face. Like, that's not my purpose. That's not my plan. Like, that's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm forcing this because it's something I want, but this not what's destined for me. Like, this not what, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, I find more peace just going with the flow. Like, I don't question nothing. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I had $100, if I had $100 million today and lost it tomorrow, I would have felt like it was part of the plan. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm finna come up on 400 million and I needed to lose that. So just in case I lose 100 million, I won't care because I done lost it already. Like, it's nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it's not really fear based, but if you stay detached, then you know what I'm saying, you'll be ready for the next level. But it'll keep you from that process of soaking. You know, if we lose something, we go through that process of, oh, why me? Or, oh, I lost this and all that. You avoid that whole process when you know and understand everything I put my mind to, I'ma have. Like, long as I'm, you know what I'm saying, long as my intention's good, everything around me gonna prosper. You know what I'm saying? Like, long as my heart good, long as I'm, you know what I'm saying, long as I got a pure heart. Like, that's what, I don't care. You can go out here and make $1 million. If your heart not right, you never gonna enjoy it. It's some people that rather give all their money away just to have a peace of mind. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, people strive to get rich and they get rich and they still unhappy, but because it's not the money that was gonna make you happy in the first place. You got to make yourself happy. Like, you have to live for yourself. Like, even if you got children, you can't even properly take care of your children unless you okay. Like,
That's a
you
fact.
have to you have to put yourself first at all times. And then even back to the parenting, I see parents that spoil their kids and they still have to go through that pain of being neglected or their children disrespecting them, even though they went out their way, did everything. And then you got parents that wasn't even there. They may have been on drugs and their children love them unconditionally. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's out of our control. We just got to go with the flow.
Do you all right, tell us about a time when you got in trouble and it taught
You said a time I got in trouble and what happened?
you something.
And it taught me something. Oh my God, I got a lot of those.
Give us one. Give us one. Or the
One.
remember.
Oh, my main.
It don't got
The main.
it could be something that, you know what I mean? Not that you got to get all the way in your business for these people, you know what I mean?
No, I don't care. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I'm such an open book. Like, I honestly would get on here and tell my life story. Like, I'm just trying to keep it short. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so transparent. Like, I don't care. Like, any decision I ever made in my life, I asked myself, would I do it in front of 1 million people? And if the answer was no, I never did it. And if I would do it in front of 1 million people, then hey, it's on. You know what I'm saying? But one time, well, what really like changed my whole perspective of life and everything, like when I was younger, I had a, I ain't gonna, I had it pretty, you know what I'm saying? I was favored. I've been favored by the universe for a long time. Like, I was 17 years old. I had cars newer than my friends' mamas, like all kind of stuff. Like, I was really a real princess. But I also took care of the people that was around me. You know what I'm saying? Like, my friends, oh, I go shopping. You want an outfit? Let's get an outfit. I get you one too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we go out. I'm paying everybody way. Like, I'm young doing this, but when I went through mine, like, I literally lost everything. I was staying in my car with my children. I had 2 babies, and we split a 10-piece nugget from Burger King, all because it was $2. That's all I had. You know what I'm saying? I probably had to put 5 in my tank just so we could run the heat or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but all of those people who I was there for, all those people who called me, needed ride, like, it was rarely where I told people no. And like, when I went through that situation, I couldn't call nobody for nothing. I couldn't even call nobody for a hot sandwich. Like, I called every contact I had in my phone, and nobody answered. Nobody called back. And that day I told myself, when I get myself out this shit, I'm gonna do it by myself. I said, I'm gonna get myself out this shit. And I said, I ain't gonna never need nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because when I get myself up out of this, I don't want nobody to think I owe them nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I ain't gonna ask nobody for shit. I'm gonna grind my man. I was still in copper going to the scrap yard selling it. Like, I done really been, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But like I said, every situation made me the person I am today. Like, I don't regret none of it. Like, it's not, oh, I wish I never went through that, because I wouldn't be me. Like, I'm a well respected, well loved person. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have to do nothing. Like, just my presence demand respect wherever I go. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But that all come from being authentic. I didn't get there from acting like somebody, being a copycat or doing what somebody else doing. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? If I got to kiss your ass, or if I got to prove this or prove that just to get a certain, I could have been a billionaire, but I don't kiss ass. You mean to tell me to get where you at, I gotta do what you say? I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always went against the system. I always went against the grain. Like, that was always me. Like, every teacher, I taught my 8th grade science class because the textbook was wrong, and she made a test. She gave us a test, and the answer choices, none of the answer choices was the right answer. But she marked my answer wrong, and I'm like, well, in the book it say this, so why is my answer wrong? You know what I'm saying?
mm.
So I end up, she was like, well, you do it. She got mad or whatever like that. So I end up having to teach my 8th grade class. And you know what? I got up and did it.
Let's go.
Like,
Let's go.
okay, y'all, I'm teaching y'all today. Like, it is, these teachers stupid anyway. They don't know nothing for real. Like, that's how I used to think as a child. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's just how I thought. I still think like that to this day, honestly. That's why I homeschool my children.
Yeah, man. I'm doing the same thing, homeschooling them, because same thing that the teachers could do, I could do. You know what I mean? And
Right, and then once you be like, man, I went through 12 years of school and didn't even use none of this shit they taught me. Like,
none of
none of this shit prepared me for life itself. You
it.
know what I'm saying? So,
It's more important to teach them values that you want to teach them, as far as like, in a good.
and then I'm so big on, I want them to skip that whole process of having to fall on their ass and figure it all out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, but
I want to just I want to lay it out for them, and so they won't have to figure it out. You know.
right, right. You good job. You gotta fail though a little bit, but you doing a good job.
Well, you know, that's what come with it. I'm going to teach them failure come with it, but long as you keep going, you will never, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe that just wasn't for you. Like, take it, don't look at it as no L. Look at it as maybe that wasn't for me, or maybe it's something better in store for me. Like, man, I done been on the road, goddamn. I used to goddamn go from city to city. I go cities 40 miles. Like, I done been, like, I told myself one day, I was like 18, I'll never forget. I was on my way to, I think I was driving toward Georgia. And I was just driving. I was just looking out. I ain't had no music on in the car. I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do or what I'm going to be. I said, but I'm going to be legendary before I die. Like, when I die, I'm going to be legendary. Like, in that moment, it was just like, the whole world knew me, like, internationally renowned. Like, I just always then pictured this in my head, but I never knew how, what, where, when, but I just know, I just felt it. Like, I've been like this since I was a little girl, like, honestly, since I was in middle school. Like, I always had my own group of friends. I always dressed in my own certain way. And everybody, instead of everybody, like, I never got picked on or nothing. Like, I wasn't never bullied, but everybody wanted to do what I was doing. But I saw that all it took was for me to do it first.
Mhm.
And then, like, I got my whole city. If you come to Birmingham, I swear to God, in the last 2 years, it's over 50 nail techs. Like, it's over still. Like, we done shut almost every Chinese shop down in Birmingham. But guess who started it?
You did. Let's go.
I did. Yes. Like,
Now, if y'all
but
follow her page, y'all will definitely see that Jone definitely.
But you're not gonna hear nobody say, or you're not gonna hear nobody say, well, Jone inspired, or I was inspired by Jone. When I seen her do it, it made me wanna. You ain't gonna hear nobody do that, but deep down in my heart, long as I know I had that type of influence in my city, Like, I feel like I'm untouchable. I'm unstoppable. I feel like I can change. I feel like I can change the world. I've been saying that for years too. I really do feel like I can. But like a lot of people feel like, it's a lost cause or yeah, baby, you good luck with that. Like that's what a lot of people tell me. They be like, good luck with that. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this shit.
You gotta let them talk, man.
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this shit. Like, fuck what y'all talking about.
All that is fuel for you to keep going. I mean, all that.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's once you done been like without nothing, like it's like it ain't nothing but opportunity. Like when you done not had nothing, like everything is something to you. You know what I'm saying? Like every person I meet,
correct.
every interaction, like I value everything. Like somebody will come bring me a piece of chocolate and I'll be like, oh my God, thank you so much. And give them that probably be like, oh, she doing all that over some chocolate. But I'm appreciative, like the fact that you thought enough about me to even, you know what I'm saying, do that. Like, I
Right.
don't know. I'm just always grateful. And that love and that gratitude, that's heavy with me. Like, I don't care. Like, and the good thing about it, nothing I ever went through, it never shut me down to the point where I had a vendetta against people. You know how some people go through so much in life and it's like they make everybody that they meet after they pay for it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that sucks.
and then I didn't even caught myself before, like, I'd have been fussing about something like, dang, such and such, shorted me off some money or something like that. But then I'll be right in the gas station paying for somebody's stuff, giving away, like, yeah, I'll pay for that. Like, go ahead. Like, I've been caught myself like, dang, you was just fussing about somebody getting over on you and you still giving. But I didn't, all that showed me was I didn't succumb to the situation that was sent to bother me, that was sent to disturb me. I didn't get brought down. I was bigger than the situation that was sent to disturb me, my peace or whatever like that. So,
Nah,
I try.
gotta spin the block on them, man. You gotta pray on it, man. And I say that a lot because Millie Mills was on the call recently. She was on the call with us, and he was telling us too, just like, you got to read more. I have not fully tapped into it, but I tapped into it already, and it's like it's peace, it's calming. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just the words that you got to take. Words are positive. You know what I mean?
Words mean a lot. And you want me to tell you what I want you to do? I want me to tell you what I want you to do. And I want you to do it, and I want you to tell me the results you get behind it. Okay. When you do your affirmations, right?
Yes.
Change it from I am to I want.
Mm.
Okay. When you say I want, you letting the universe know what you want. But I want you to pay attention to your actions from the day you start saying these affirmations up until like 2 weeks. You're gonna watch things in your life gonna change and it's gonna be unexplainable. Like when you get an urge to research something or you get an urge, do it. Act on every urge you get from the time you start saying I want. Act on every urge.
Mm.
And once you act on every urge, watch how everything just start like forming. It's like your life just started forming, like going, like you forming your road. Like it's crazy. I'm telling you, like one experience, like, cause I say that I want or whatever like that. And it's like one of my I wants is I want expertise. But I be on YouTube all the time, right? But I found myself like just like tightening up on my nail game, like just looking at different videos and stuff. But it wasn't until after the fact that I, like a couple of days, I'm like, dang, I did. I did say I want expertise. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's just certain little actions that just, put you en route. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with my book, man, I got a personal Uber driver or whatever like that. Guess what?
Talk to me.
His best friend is a publisher, and he just recently released his own book. Like I was able to see copies of like pictures with the publisher, like, and his family. He got a long line of artists in his family. Mm-hmm. His granddad got paintings in Beyonce and Jay-Z's house. Mm. They got pictures, but it's just like that law of attraction real. But
It's
change
real.
your affirmations to I am to I want, from I am to I want.
You gotta
I'm telling you
set the
that I want is powerful. I'm telling you.
setting the GPS is important because at the end of the day, you gotta put out a certain frequency. You know what I mean? And the frequency, whether you want, is putting you in. Well, affirmations, period, are just giving you a GPS. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't even say affirmations. They deal with negative self-talk more than affirmations. And some people
Right.
they self like more negative things than positive things, you know?
Right. But see, it became, and then see that negative self-talk becomes a subconscious act because people do it so much that they don't even realize it. Like, I catch myself now telling people, like, no, don't say that. Like, don't even put that in the atmosphere. Like, don't even say that. Like, because people lack the knowledge of how powerful words are. Like, they don't understand like how powerful it really is, but words are extremely powerful.
Words is definitely vibes. Shit, if we jump into a little bit of the literature, right? What book has changed your life?
The book that changed my views on life is Spiritual Solutions by Deepak Chopra. Hold on, it's the older book. I'm gonna try to show it to you, but the Deepak Chopra man.
Yeah, that's a fire author.
Yeah, but he be on mind. He do a lot of different mindset books and stuff like that. But with this book right here, it's just basically what I got out of this book in a nutshell is even the way life is set up, I like what I got out of this book is life is set up like it's always gonna be ups and downs in life. Like it's never gonna be always good. It's never gonna be always bad. But the point is like the catch to this life shit is to be able to go with the flow, to be able to see the good in your best and be able to embrace the good moments. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you stay in this state of mind to where everything is positive, even the bad situations, you tell yourself, well, maybe I needed that because, you know what I'm saying? Actually, nothing bad never happens. If you look at, if you always, because you can choose, if you choose the positive side to each situation, nothing bad will never happen to you.
Correct. Right.
So,
I was about correct.
So that's what I try to keep in my, I'm doing an interview right now on here. Give me 1 second.
Youngins?
Yeah, we got a little understanding though, so I get to say little stuff.
God bless him, man. God bless him.
But yes, I just feel like it's never going to be all good. It's never going to be all bad. The goal is to just stay in the moment, stay present, just be able to go with the flow, just stay, fluid, because I feel like that way you don't get caught up in the emotions. You don't experience all that anger, all that frustration, all that. You don't harbor all that stuff if you constantly flowing, if you just in and out and you going with the flow and you accepting what come and you letting what go. Like, even like, it's to the point where if somebody I was talking to 2 days ago, and I never talk to them again in my life, like, I'm not going to question it, like, why they stop talking to me, or, hey, why I stop talking to that person? I'm be like, well, maybe they weren't meant to be in my life. The universe got them on out the way. Like,
yes.
you never know what it is.
Nah, a lot of the things, too, is we can't assume. So, like, a lot of it is because of the things that's in their head. You know what I mean? Everybody done been.
And then we gotta take away the assumptions, because if we take away the assumption, stop saying what you think it is or what you would think. Like, accept it for exactly what it is. Take exactly what it is for just that. Like, not, well, maybe they meant this, or maybe like I shouldn't even have to think that hard about something somebody said. Like, just take exactly what they said and like that's what they meant.
Right.
you know?
Some things could bounce right off you if you don't let it stick. You know what I mean?
A lot of stuff will bounce right off because, like, man, I be missing so much stuff. People be like, you know, such as I be like, oh, that went over my head because I don't even think on that level no more. Like, man, like, it's like your whole everything changed when you get on a different vibration. Like,
Yep.
your appetite for everything changed. Your appetite for food, your appetite for music, your appetite for people. Like,
Yes.
I don't even like the same type of people I used to like a year from now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a fact.
it's crazy.
Nah, I choose peace, man. I don't blame anybody for what they do.
Right, right. Like, that's all. But see, and then the good part of it, once you get yourself right, you don't really have to worry about nothing because the universe really has your back. If your intentions right and your heart right, ain't nothing bad gonna happen to you. Like, only good people gonna be sent to you. Like, not saying what I just said. Not saying that you're not gonna experience bad, you know what I'm saying, situations or bad people, but you're gonna know off the rip, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna know whether, hey, maybe is this a good connection or is this a bad connection? Like, you would know. I feel like most people, and a lot of people don't like to own up to it, but some people go through a lot of shit because they fucked up. They be fucked up people for real, and like, and that's why you can't go off words because people can sit up and say whatever. People can say anything out their mouth and they can get up and go right out that door and act a totally complete different way. You know what I'm saying? So you have to disregard people's words and you have to take into consideration how they move and in their actions and the decisions that they choose to make for themselves and the people around them. You know what I'm saying? That tells a lot about a person. Like, cause that's just like preachers. A preacher sit up and preach a whole sermon and then go
Cheat on his wife.
molest 2 children. Like, it's weird. Like, it's crazy. Like, you really, words is just another form of deception. Like, that's why
Because crazy how, like, you'll have some pastors that are really, you know, doing what they say, and then some that's just not. I think it's really like it's like a vibration thing, you know what I mean? Like it's a whatever you kind of want in that world type of thing, you know what I mean?
yes,
On the pastor, like this pastor, you know, bad mouthing them. They live a crazy life.
But see, once you get that mindset, it's hard for you to criticize people because you like, that's acceptable in their world. You know what I'm saying? Like, that pleases them. That makes them happy. So how can I say something? How can I oppose something that's okay in their world?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, and that keep you out of a lot of confrontation too, because, you know, a lot of days people want to argue so bad, but it's always, well, you should do this and no, this is the right way to do it. But in their world, they're right. In your world, you're right.
It's because
so you can't argue with them.
Nobody has the correct instructions.
Nobody, because everybody got a different game to play. Like, everybody got a different role. Everybody got a different part to play. Everybody got a different job to fill. So it's impossible for us to be doing the same stuff and thinking we supposed to get the same results.
Right. Yes. Shit, would you listen to audio books or you like reading by yourself?
I like physical books, honestly. I really don't my mind don't, the audio, I did a million things and ain't listened to nothing the book said. Right. Like, oh, dang, like the book will be over and I won't know nothing that happened because I done did all this stuff listening to it. But I'm more of a physical book person, but like ever since I was even when I was in grade school and stuff, I've always had, like, my granddaddy used to take me to writing camps and stuff when I was in middle school and stuff. Like, I always had that writer's thing. Like, I loved writing essays. Like, the teacher give us a prompt and like, hey, write an essay about a tree. I don't know what to write. Like, and now that I'm finished, I done wrote a whole novel about a tree. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, I don't know. My mind just always been wild, I guess, open. Like,
Is there an
Free thinking.
is there an activity that calms you?
An activity that calms me. I don't know. That's all I do is activities that calm me. Like, I try to stay like in this state of mind. Like, if I'm doing something and it agitates me or it irritates me or I really don't want to do it, I stop doing it. Like, I feel like that's not for me because I feel like you're supposed to find joy in everything that you're doing. Like, whatever you pursuing in life is supposed to make you happy. And if it don't make you happy, then it's not for you. You know what I'm saying? It's time to navigate, reroute. So the majority of everything I do makes me happy. I'm happy doing nails. I'm happy doing hair. I'm happy writing. I'm getting into real estate now too. So
What are
yeah.
your goals by the end of the
Huh?
What are your goals by the end of the year?
By the end of the year, I want to have. I plan on having my book published. I plan on being a homeowner. Not like buying a house and renting and leasing. I'm like actually have a deed with my name on it and all that. Like, yeah. My YouTube channel. I'm working on like my platforms and stuff, man. Like, I'm working on getting more active and more involved because I want people to know me more as a person because I click more with people with like making connections. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the more people know me as a person, the better we connect. Like, it's one thing to, oh, I see she does this or we know you do that, but if people don't actually know you as a person, that'll kind of take away from your likeness. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, even though it's not all about being liked, but it's still, we still got a job to do, period. Like, if I'm not clocking no 9 to 5, I got to put my all into my purpose, whatever I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's simple. You gotta like who likes you. You know what I mean?
And then I said that too. I said, because at first I was like, well, what crowd am I gonna aim to? But then I went to, well, just do it. Just jump out there and do it. And when you do it, the people that's for you gonna gravitate towards you, period. You know what I'm saying?
I think people have a hard time because they like people that don't like them.
Or they want people that don't like them to like them. Yeah.
It don't make sense for you to have to go out your way for somebody to like.
But that's people, I feel like people that go through that, they haven't really got in tune with who they are themselves in order for them to be able to present themselves in a manner where I don't care, like, whoever's for me gonna come, whatever come, go, because people caught up in, well, who is gonna accept me? I gotta look this certain way, or I gotta dress like this, or it's not about that. If you got a message, if you got a purpose, like, whoever it's meant to reach, if they 1,000,000 miles away, they gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
And you just gotta trust that whatever you're doing is for the best. Like, you just gotta trust and know, like, I'm doing the right thing for me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what comforts me most, and that's what helped me sleep good at night is the fact that I can wholeheartedly say that everything that in my life that I'm doing is my choice, and I'm content with it. I'm happy with it. It's not based on what I saw someone else do. It's not based on what somebody told me to do. It's not based on some advice somebody gave me. Like, everything I've ever done, even from doing nails, I didn't consult with nobody like, oh, you think I should do this, or how you think people gonna feel if I do this. I didn't say nothing. I said, nobody doing nails for real. Maybe I should do nails. And I did it one day and I haven't stopped. Like, I just told myself, like, my last job, I'm like, God, I don't know what it is I'm supposed to do, but I ain't going back to work. And then when I started doing nails, I'm like, God, can you pay my bills while I do this? Like, I really want to do this. I'm really trying, like, man, I used to go to the Alabama Power. I don't know how my bill, I didn't even ask how it got paid. I didn't care as long as it was paid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
I
think too, a lot of people look at certain situations and count it. And it's like, you counting God's favors? How you count God's favors? How you counting, oh, well, this happened because of this? You need to know exactly fact how that happened. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like people, and you so right, like, bro, like, cause people get so caught up in, like, dang, I wonder how, like, instead of just saying it was God, it was meant for me, like, dang, I was at the right place at the right time, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just need somebody to validate or need somebody to praise for, like, something that was for you anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's weird.
Yes, ma'am. Is there a special place that makes you feel at ease? A special place that makes you feel at ease?
Outside
Mm.
makes me feel at ease. Like, well, I envision more of like my happy, like if you were to ask me my most happiest moment, most happiest moment is going to be when I'm able to have like a group of I'm just gonna be 100. When I can have a group of black people that's working together, that's not jealous of each other, that's not envious, that's like everybody is everybody's goal is to help the people around them, and you know what I'm saying? And nobody trying to outdo each other. Like everybody is like operating in a manner where what I'm doing is gonna help this person, and what I'm doing is gonna help this person. Like everybody is set on helping each other versus competing and being better than this. And what I wrote a poem and I said, less of his and hers and more what's mine is yours. You know what I'm saying? Because if we operate more in what's mine is yours, then we can help more people versus what's his and hers. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. I was just me and my guy. We talking, putting some things in the works, and it was just like, yo, bro, let's do it for a cause, because if it's a cause, it's different from saying I want to do it for the money or I want to do it for that. Let's do it for
Right.
the cause. Has to be 100. It has to be a huge cause. You know what I mean? If you were given a chance to explore the oceans or visit 50 countries, which would you choose?
Oh, which would I choose?
Explore the oceans or 50 countries?
I would go to Peru.
Okay. So you will want the that's not, well, that's 50 countries. 50 countries is different from 50 states. So Peru is a different outside of the states type of country. So
Because I mean, I got a different feel for like the states, and like I'm not like I'm more on a historical base versus a aesthetic feel, or you know what I'm saying? Like most people these days, you tell them that they going for like what looks the best. So I want to go to Dubai. Like no, like to be honest, like honestly, and I just didn't want to be like so cliche, but one country that I do really want to visit and that I wouldn't mind moving to is Ethiopia.
yo, and that's crazy. That was one of the next questions too. Where would you want to live by choice? You just made.
Well, yeah, Ethiopia is the place that I really would live by choice, because you know what Ethiopia reminds me of?
Talk to me.
Rwanda off Black Panther.
I like Rwanda. Hotel Rwanda. That movie almost had me cry, man. I almost dropped a few on that.
But I never like I done heard of Black Panther and stuff like that, but my youngest boy, he loves Black Panther, and he's the reason why I actually sat down and watched the movie. I'm like, let me sit down and watch it because he loved this movie. And when I watched it, when I saw how they operated in Wakanda, I said, this Ethiopia. I said, like, Ethiopia is plastered and painted like it's such a poor country, but it's actually the wealthiest country in the world. Like, it's the most fruitful, the most resourceful, the most everything. And, like, Ethiopia gonna blow y'all mind. I'm telling you, in a minute, everybody gonna be trying to get to Ethiopia, because that's what like as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end, and that's what it's gonna return to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna
and like,
look into it. You just, I never really thought Ethiopian, and they look skinny, but You know, I never really thought
But Ethiopia was a project. Ethiopia was targeted. You know what I'm saying? Like, them people wasn't famished or like, just like they did the Aboriginals in Australia, like all that, like it was overtaken. Just like Russia trying to do Ukraine. Like when a capitalist country is trying to take over a minority, like of course they gonna put out diseases and they gonna put stuff in the food and they gonna start wars and like that's part of overtaking a smaller country or so what you think is smaller. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
no, that's crazy, yo. What's an ideal weekend for you?
An ideal weekend.
A perfect weekend for you.
A perfect weekend for me would be, it'll be just me and my children in like a big open field, a big open like lavender field, like, and we just, that to me is freedom. Like, and that's how I keep myself grounded, just envisioning that, like, even I could close my eyes at any given moment and I just see myself like running in the lavender field and all white and just like, oh, I'm free. I don't have to worry about anything. Like, I don't have to pay to be alive. Like, oh my God, just life's great. You know, that's the ideal life for me because I get sad at the fact that we have to pay to live. Like, to be a fully functioning person, like, to be like considered a part of society and not shunned upon, you literally have to be able to pay for it. I didn't pay to get here. Why do I have to pay to stay?
That's how you got to keep your faith in God, man. For real.
But to be honest, I'm finna tell you something. If you think about it, when you think about God and you really think about it, like, true enough, everybody prays to God and we have our ideologies of what God is, but you can honestly say that voice that's in your head, that's you. Like, them actions that made, that was you. So I feel like if people find and acknowledge and start honoring and worshiping the God that's within them, then, you know, that's when they will experience the true feeling of bliss and the true feeling of,
people are trying to look at this person that is painted, and you can't. There's no way in the world you're gonna get to that person. No way in the world.
Because if you think about it, even the highest form of success, like, you get there by, you know what I'm saying, by having a strong mind, by building yourself up. Like, true enough, like, this still to having the courage to trust yourself and believe in yourself and know that whatever you set your mind to, you can have it. Like, a lot of people, like TV and a lot of things and situations, take that away from us, and we get boxed in and think, oh dang, well this all I can do because this all I ever done, so this all I'm capable of. But no, you are a limitless being. Like, it's nothing that you can't do. Like,
that's a fact.
It's literally nothing that you can't do. Like,
that's a fact, though. Like, there's 100 million choices people could take, which is crazy. Like, this person could be a shooter. This person could be a reader. This person could be a cook. This person could be an army man. This person could be, like, it's really limited. Like, but it's really down to the choices that you choose. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It boils down to what you choose. Yes. And I always told myself that, like, when I used to go through stuff and I get to my lowest moments, and, you know, you have all these options. But when it came down to quitting, I could never do it because I always told myself that's too easy. Like, if quitting crossed my mind, like, you have all these options, but when quitting come by, I automatically threw it out the window. Like, nah, that's too easy. I can't quit. Like, nah. Like, it was never an option to quit because I'm like, well, anybody could just give up. Like, I feel so weak and so defeated if I was just to give up. Like, that'll be the ultimate failure for me. Like,
Mm.
I can take a lot of stuff. I can take whatever, but if I quit, if I give up on myself, and then I used to sit up and tell myself, well, I'm all I got and all that. But then when I had my children, now you all they got. So what you gonna do? You
Uh,
gonna quit on them?
uh,
Yeah.
wow.
So yeah, yeah.
Mm. Shit.
So it was like I could never quit.
You know, Wendy's got the 4 for 4, sis. We 5 for 5 over here. You know what I mean?
Period. Period.
5 questions, 5 answers for 5 questions, right?
Okay.
So, what's your favorite color?
Pink.
5 of them. In an order.
You said why?
5 of them.
5 favorite colors?
Or just you can resonate with. I know you said you want a lavender feel, so you know maybe we could throw lavender in there. You know what I mean?
We can throw lavender in there. Okay, so I'll say pink, lavender, gold, blue, pink, lavender, gold, blue, and one more, red.
Okay. All right.
Well, I should have said black. I wear a lot of black too, but yeah, well.
Said 5 favorite foods.
Oh, I love sweet potatoes. I love potatoes, sweet potato. I wish I could be a potato.
I'm a potato.
I like collard greens, potatoes, cabbage. I love chicken. But I had to stop myself. I really don't eat much meat anymore, to be honest. And actually, I came to the realization that if it wasn't for my children, I really wouldn't eat at all. But I wouldn't eat much at all because my appetite is minimal.
Mm.
But yeah, what 5 foods I like? What I said: chicken, cabbage, sweet potatoes, collard greens.
Oh, you getting the people hungry. Uh-huh.
And bread. I'm a bread eater.
Okay. Okay.
Which that's one of my demons I'm fighting this year, the bread, because but I do my stuff like that, like stuff like bread. Like I be telling myself like it's a choice and your mind got it. Like this how I talk to myself, I'm getting in character. Like this how I talk to myself, like you is weak, like you is stronger than the bread. Like how you gonna let some bread control you? Like if you can't kick that, then you weak. Like that's how I talk to myself, like because I feel like everything is a choice, and like some people just be telling themselves, well, I can't do it and I ain't gonna never stop doing this. Like, so you mean to tell me a piece of bread got more power than yourself?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yo, them voices be real, yo. People gotta understand, yo. I had one time, man, I ain't even gonna lie. Because recently I put the weed down, right? So for whatever reason, I'm learning, I'm fixing myself, I'm healing. I put the weed down, right? So
I did that before, and you probably kicked the weed because you kept telling yourself, I gotta get high, gotta smoke,
before,
and you like,
and
nah.
now the voices or the affirmations that I'm telling myself is better. It's no more negative self-talk. Like it's not like I get angry at a situation, gotta get high. You know what I mean? So it's like I hit it. Right? I hit it like 2-3 times. Okay, I bet. Let me just see if I still like it or not. Yo, I laid down and went to sleep. Everything that I was telling myself that was good, I just told myself something the opposite of it right after. I was like, yo, I'm big. It was like, nah, you little. Like, yo, like that.
No, but you said something then, because if I slip up, like when I used to eat, if I slip up and eat a piece of chicken or something like that, like it's like them voices get to saying, look at you. Like I thought you didn't like, but to be honest, like my taste buds, meat is nasty as hell to me now. And I eat it here and there because I cook it for my children, because it was hard to get them to transition, and I didn't want to just cold turkey, like no more meat. You're not eating meat again. You know what I'm saying? Like
I did that, yo. And the kids, they They switched over pretty good. I just
But I'm gonna have
like
to. But
yes,
because one thing you have to ask yourself, like, if you're not putting it in your body, why you letting them put it in their body?
right,
Like,
right.
you have to value them as much as you value yourself too. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Like,
it can't be the
but
excuse. Because the
but
excuse,
to be honest, they subconsciously and they don't even realize that they don't eat meat that much because
yo,
I
French
bought.
fries all the time and shit. French fries and ketchup. So I started getting
But listen,
that.
I didn't cook. I didn't cook, I think 2 days ago, and I DoorDashed them a 6-piece and some fries or something like that. When I came back, all the fries were gone and they hadn't touched the meat. Like, nobody ate a piece of chicken. Like,
Right,
nobody wanted any chicken. So I was
right,
like, yay, it's working because, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even want it anymore. But I feel like it's because they see me not eating it. And children do what they see you do. They don't do what you say.
right. I don't know why people
Yeah.
keep talking to their face turn blue. You gotta if you keep saying clean up your room, clean up your room. How about you clean up the room with them so they can see
You
you do
clean
it?
up.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And it's like you keep telling them and telling them. You know how many times my mom's and them done talked me to death, and I hated it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it does it still does something, but it's not as stronger than the action. The action is way more important. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like people, I have people tell me, or you need to whoop your kids, or you need to, like, it don't matter how much you whoop, like, they still gonna do what they want to do. Like,
Right.
even with grown people, it don't matter how much you tell them the right path or tell them the right thing to do. They're still entitled to their own free will. And
Right.
if people focus more on learning from their children, they wouldn't fuss so much because you will learn a lot from, especially these children that's coming through these days.
That's it.
You will learn a lot from them.
Yeah, man. Kids are pure, like you were saying before. You know, you kind of perfect come here as a kid. You know what I mean? And they'll tell you things like, "Why are you doing that? Why are you screaming? Why you?" And you'll be like, if you really take
But you know,
accountability, you'll be like, "Damn, why am I screaming?" You know what I mean?
I broke up a lot of people because my oldest boy, when I had him, he had to be in the hospital because his intestines and the parts of his liver and his kidneys was on the outside of his stomach. And so he had to go through the process of getting that back in or whatever like that. But the doctors was like, you don't have to worry because babies don't feel no pain. So when they got a little older, they started walking. You know how kids, when they start walking, they fall a lot. And so he used to fall and bump his head, and I look at the corner of my eye, but I wouldn't say nothing. You know how most people, when the kids fall, all the adults holler like, "Oh, get him, pick him up!" Like, I never did that, and they never cried. Like,
Teaching them.
I don't care how hard I watched them run into a wall or something. If I didn't say nothing, they never cried. Like, I see it at the corner of my eye, but it's like, if I don't acknowledge it, they don't even, they just rub their head, they just ran off like ain't nothing happened.
Right.
So a lot of but see, but my baby boy, one thing I never did was kill my children's imagination because I want them to keep it for as long as they can because I feel like whatever you can think, whatever you can dream, you can have it. So my baby boy, when he was learning how to put his shoes on or whatever, he was like, "Mama, I can't get it on." He was crying. I said, "Use your imagination."
Right.
I was just playing. But man, like 2 seconds later, I turned around and I looked and he had that shoe on. And he said, "Mama, I just used my imagination. I got it." He was so happy. I said, "Oh my God, I never take that away from him." And I'm finna and another thing, I use my baby, I let him speak something into existence. Let me tell you how powerful he is, and he'll never know it until I tell him. Listen, I'm finna knock your socks off. I'm finna scare you. Now, my baby boy, he turned 6 years old this year. His daddy never met him like up until like recently. Like they never met, never like nothing. But my baby, like for the past year or so, my oldest boy had his dad in his life, so it used to be this little battle like my oldest boy, well, I got this at my daddy's house or whatever like that. So my baby boy, he starts saying, well, my daddy got a big house. Like, he never met his daddy. Like, he never, like, nothing. He just used to always say, and my daddy got this, and my daddy got this, and my daddy got a big old house. My daddy buy me whatever I want. I never told him, like, boy, her, she ain't got no daddy. Well, I just let him have it. And then my oldest boy used to be like, Mommy, Jace got a daddy. I said, if he think he got a daddy, then he got a daddy. Let him have that. Don't tell him he ain't got no daddy or whatever like that. Last week, I say about 2 weeks ago, my baby met his daddy for the first time. And it was like, and like, because I work in a shop, in a nail shop or whatever like this, so when you around low vibrational people and you operate different, people can't understand why you operate the way you do or whatever like that. So people expecting me to lash out and, oh, he ain't did nothing all these years or whatever like that. Y'all more focused on what he ain't did than letting my baby have this, and versus letting my baby have this moment right here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
see, the thing is, it's a gap. It's still space. And what we do is we cancel the space by putting in all those bad words, all those
because what
you gotta expect what
exactly. And I'm just looking at, okay, if he haven't been present for a whole 6 years, that I'm gonna look like a complete idiot when this man does come around, and the only thing I'm talking about, well, you didn't do this, and in the past, like, everything that happened, it's nothing nobody can do about it. It's happened, it's done. Like, either we gonna take this moment and move forward and change this future, or we gonna live like I'm not living in no past, like I'm not living there. So I not saying we gonna act as if it ain't happened, but it's nothing we can do to change it. Like, it's no point in embracing it. There's no point in talking about it. There's no point of bringing it back to life. But what we can do is take this moment and move forward and, like, accept that you wasn't in a place
where
to, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
You wasn't even in a place to be a father at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we look at it as, oh, you was there, but what did you really want that person around your child? Did you really want that person guiding your child? Like, is that the person that you really want, like, planting seeds in your child? Because if he wasn't in the right mindset at that time, like, imagine what problem that would have created in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yo, sis.
So sometimes we just have to wait it out. Now, we have to be patient.
I'm happy for the little guy, for sure. You know what I mean? Because that shows right there how the power, like you said, the law of attraction, manifestation. He just kept his mind open. He wasn't closing it off.
Exactly, and because he physically wasn't seeing a dad every day or whatever like that, he never like, well, I ain't got one. He didn't put himself in no box or in no corner. Like, he made up his own until his came. You know what I'm saying? Like, beautiful. I'm just glad that I let him have that, because I see other mothers like, don't say like, you know, you ain't got no daddy, or like, don't take that from them. You don't know what's gonna happen next.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he was able to hold on to that possibility, and like, it came faster than I expected, but I used it as I'm like, I'm gonna let him keep saying it and see what happens. And so the results was like, I was blown away. I'm like, no, this is a powerful little boy here. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, sis, that's how we gotta be with the Creator. We gotta have an expectance, as opposed to expecting bad things. You know what I mean? We gotta expect good things and talk on it and keep the strength. The way he kept that strength, you could learn from him. You know what I mean?
But I tell, and what I told other people too, I said, see, that's why you got to work on you and worry about yourself. Because in the previous years, I had so much anger to it. I'm so mad. Like, oh, I hate him. When I see him, I'm going to beat his ass. Because why would you do that? Like, we was the best of friends for years. And the day I tell you I'm pregnant, like, shit go left. But, like, it's not my place to worry about why he did what he did. Like, my actions was what was blocking off the connection, because I had so much resentment. I had so much hatred. I had so much, animosity in my heart toward the situation. But the day when I began to let go and begin to accept it and begin to just do my part as a person, and you know what I'm saying? Like, everything just, but it happened so fast, and the communication was so smooth to the point where, like, it made me say, that's why you got to focus on yourself. That's why you can't worry about why somebody else did what they did and worry about you. Keep your heart pure, because if you keep your actions good, I feel like, honestly, if I hadn't even, like, it could have been resolved, but I needed it. I needed that. I had to go through that. Like, a lot of women, oh, I'm a single mom, but like, you need that. Like, sometimes you need that to make you like, who, you don't know what's destined in the next 40 years. Like, I might have 20 children in the next years or so. So I had to know what it felt like to be able to tend to these children by myself before I could value having somebody there with me every step of the way or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, every road is different, but I feel like every step is just another contribution to the person that you're going to be.
Yo, sis, listen, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? The phone is on like 5%, and I want to save this interview because I owe you that, to the words that you gave everybody today, the strength that you gave, because I seen you gradually just bring the light out. And because in the beginning, we kind of talked about some things that it could have been like, you probably wasn't even in the mood to talk about. But I see you smiling now, you know what I mean? And I think we did exactly what we needed to do with this interview. I can't wait to have you back. You got to come back. Like I told you.
Definitely. We definitely got to do another one. I enjoyed this so much, and hopefully in the future, like, it'll be vice versa. Like, I'll build up my own platform and have you featured on it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would love to be interviewed. I started
because
because I would want to be interviewed. So I interview other people. You know what I mean? So if you can get.
And then, to be honest, and I wanted to tell you this too. I wanted to tell you this because I know where you started from, like, from you not wanting to speak publicly and everything. When I tell you, I thought about that, and I'm like, it give me that push. Like, seeing you now, and every time I see Remember Pre, I'm like, he's still going. Like, he still ain't stopped. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Let's go.
and then just know, like, from the beginning, we used to be on them, just us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember all that. Like,
Yep.
I remember, like, so that's what give me my push. Like, if he can fight through it, like, so can you. Like, you ain't the only one that this happened to, or you're not the only one that it started. But like, in the beginning, like, the public, like, being publicly and being like, it's a battle. Like, should I not? Should I not? You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just something you got to do.
Yep.
You can't think about it. You can't ponder on it. You just got to do
You
it.
could hit me anytime. Like, this is just an interview. But you could text me. You could hit me. We could talk on the phone. You can meet the fam. You know what I mean? Everything is 100. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Genuine. I'd rather keep genuine relationships. I don't care if you get accomplishments. I don't care about none of that. I want to help.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? This was a wonderful, wonderful.
Right. And I want to make sure you get this saved too.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you for having me. I'm definitely gonna be back. Like, I'm so proud of your growth. I'm so glad to see it. Like,
thank you.
Man, you just don't know. Like, man, it's so good to see people transform in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's regardless on whether you're doing it together or not. Like, it's just good to see that growth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because everybody got that light. We gotta let it shine. We just gotta let it out.
Let's go, man. And there's another Remember Repeat interview for you. Another saucy one for y'all. And sis, man, we gonna stay in tune.
Definitely. I'll catch y'all later. Appreciate everybody. Y'all follow me.
Yes. Follow Jone. If anything, go back to the post too. Her at is y'all can her, follow her, and let's get it going. Sis, thank you. Yo,
All right.
phenomenal night.
Phenomenal.
Yes.